We just, created the baseline model. So because in the baseline model, we'll get to know which all features are, you need to include, which features you need to drop it. But still, if you look at here, the account length, there is something called account length column. It is not required. Okay, that is not required. Ideally, we should remove that one also. So now we have created a model with the accuracy of 0.86. How much I am getting here? Okay, here 0.87. We are getting 0.87. Okay, the accuracy of model. But my area under the curve is not that good, right? So it should be somewhat closer to 1. The AUC value ranging between 0 and 1. Any value which is closer to 1, it is better the model. Okay, the model is doing good job. But here it is not doing that much good. But this is, anyhow, this is a baseline model. With this set of features, we are able to achieve this one. Now what we do is we try to improve the model. How do I improve the model? Let us do some kind of feature engineering. RFE, let us use RFE. Look here, I did some kind of RFE here. So you know what is RFE? Recursive feature elimination. Here I just specified my model name, log rec, and number of features 8 I just selected. Okay, you can specify whatever the number you wanted. Okay. Now I use RFE.fit and apply the fit method on this function. Okay, x comma y. X is my independent variables, y is my dependent variable, and this RFE function gives 3 values here: support, ranking, and features. If I execute this one, let's see what happens here. So here it gives me false. So in my data set, what values are df dot columns, right? If I execute this one, here I can see what it says is the first column, account length, is false. Don't use this column. Okay, and the select 8, here it says false. It says international plan is also false. And next one is true. Voicemail plan is true. And so wherever you see true, you include that one. So there is a simple way of, instead of manually checking this one, we have something, right? The RFE support. Let's go by the support. And instead of going by the, look here, if you see here, print R1, let me just close this one. Sorry, comment this. And if you see here, the support, this is ranking. Okay, the support gives me the false true, and the ranking gives you the rank. Okay, for each column it has given the rank. The higher the rank, sorry, lesser the rank. Higher the rank in the sense 1, right? So 1, 2, right? Those are all good. And the features, total number of features 8. And we have chosen 8 here, hence it returns the 8. And we don't need that one. If you see here, this is the one we can see. What I do is I take this support here. Okay, R1 dot support. So what I do is RFE dot support underscore, right? And if I pass, this is pass this here as part of my x dot columns. What is x dot columns? In this case, we have the variable called x, right? Initially, we assigned all the independent variables to a variable x, right? So if you type x dot columns, it will give you the columns that are part of the x. Okay, and here I just pass this one, the RFE dot support. Okay, and if I select this one, and if I pass this one as an index, okay, it shows, okay, include only these columns. Okay, so when you pass, so this one will evaluate true always. The Boolean will only, it'll, so when you pass any Boolean, right, inside the square bracket, while you slice that, it will return only the true value. Here you can see that the support true. For that, it is returning that international plan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. what it says is international plan, vice mill plan, and this is what it tells us. And here I can see the 2, 4, 6, 8. I can see the values more here. And okay. What we need to do is, so better instead of going by this, right? Here the X dot columns, how many variables are there? Unnamed 0. Oh, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 4, 16 and 17. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 is the right. Here, okay. Okay, here we have three columns. 1, 3. Okay. Okay, here 3, 3, 9. 9 and 12, right? So 12, 13, and 14. Of these 14 columns, it has given us for the, we have 14 columns. So how many columns were there earlier? So initially in the data frame, we had df dot, if you use the shape, 15 columns were there, right? No. That is not correct because we have removed 19. Out of 19 records, we have removed out of 19 columns, we have removed 4 columns. After removing the 4 columns, we are supposed to have 15. And here, RFE. So here, it gives us so this is the one, right? So top 8 features, you give me that. That is what it tells us. Out of this one, we can see that the customer service calls, number service calls, right? Number service calls is 1. If you go in the reverse, total international calls, international charge, international calls, and night, and these 3 columns are 1. That means, you can include this one. And the night charge, don't use it. And the total night calls and total evening charge, you can include this one. Okay. And so whatever columns have been ranked as 1 and 2, you can include it. Okay. And likewise, you need to find out these columns. If you come in the reverse thing, you will be able to understand. Okay, the rank given to this one. Look here, the 7 is given to unnamed 0. Okay, and account length, this is false, and account length is also false, and this is true. Okay, include international plan in your model. You can go this way also. Vice mail plan you can include, and the remaining 2 you can drop it. So now if you drop those columns marked with false, and if you include only those columns in your model, it will give you, that is called your reduced model. With the reduced model, you just fit it again. You train the model. Okay, so instead of log reg, you say log reg 1. Don't disturb that one. And you just create some. This is an assignment for you all. Okay, I'll just share the script and create model 2. In the model 2, what is the accuracy you are getting it? What is the AUC you are getting it? And then you have something else like the precision, recall, all the things you need to find out. Okay, and then we will compare, okay, of whether the reduced model accuracy is better than the original model, okay, or the baseline model. Okay, so that is how we need to compare it. So obviously the reduced model will have an improvement in your performance. So in this case, what I did, right, even after that, let's say you have reduced the model, right? You have the reduced model wherein you dropped those columns doesn't have predictive power, like this one, the first column, right? The first column is account. The first column here, some junk values there. Okay, this one and this one are false. These 2 columns you can drop it. Likewise, wherever you find false here, you drop it. Okay, and then see for the false, you can see the rank is assigned with higher rank, right? Sorry, the low rank 6. The rank is low, and false is this one. And for true, if you see 1, 1, right? And false, if you see again, you will find something like that. So better you can take all ones, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. 7 columns assigned with rank 1. If you include only those 7 columns, and then predict the model again, and then you check what is the accuracy, and then you come back with your accuracy and what is it? This one. Yeah, accuracy score, that is enough at this moment, okay? And you construct the confusion matrix, all the things. And still, you can use the threshold, okay? Define the threshold, okay? And you don't have to define the threshold, simply you can execute this one. But if you use different name for the reduced model, right? So you need to use that one here. You understood? So now we have created the X and Y variable in such a way it doesn't have any multi-cardinality. We removed those independent variables that cause the multi-cardinality. We removed it. The baseline model itself, a reduced model, kind of a reduced model. So on top, we did some kind of feature selection using RFE function. With RFE function, we can make out only 7 features. Out of how much we have 15 columns are there, right? After eliminating the 4 columns which were causing the multi-cardinality, we are left with only 50 columns. Of these 15 columns, as per the RFE recommended features, if you include it, only the 7 columns, and you test your accuracy, everything, you build the same model. That's all. You understood, right? So how do you drop in those variables that are not significant? Use the same step. Copy paste. Only thing is simply copy paste. That's all.